Good morning. Today I'm back here at Evergreen Lake with some reflections, and let me show you. Still got my COVID mask. It kind of looks like a COVID beard, and let's take all that off and turn around. So today I had read an article on from Jerry Seinfeld, the great comedian, and a great observer of human behavior, and he's talking about this idea of that we're all in kind of a collective mild depression because of COVID, and you know, not that that's the most profound observation, but it just kind of struck me, and the interviewer was asking him, what was he up to, and what was he going to do another show or anything on TV, a production thing? And he said, "No, I don't think so. I might, but I'll still do comedy because I love being out there with people. I'll probably do it till I die, and because I like the electricity of a crowd and the crackle, kind of the magic of a crowd and all that." And um, he didn't connect it, but I think we could connect that. When we're all together, there is kind of this crackle of energy, or he calls it magic. That idea of being together, something emotional about it. There's something electric about it, and there's just something about that connectivity that we are all kind of missing. Unless I guess you're a severe introvert, maybe you don't miss it, but I'm pretty much on the extrovert end of the range, so I definitely miss you all and miss being physically together. Now, Zoom has been a lot of fun, and I think we're going to keep doing that. Then I thought I'd also talk about, we were in kind of a Zoom retreat with the bishop the last 3 days. We were supposed to physically go and have a clergy retreat, the annual retreat, up in the mountains somewhere, because it's mud season, it's cheap, and it gets us together after Easter. But we did it by Zoom, and the speaker was Bishop Andy Doyle from Texas. He's kind of the hotshot bishop. He's probably 50, 55. He has a lot of ideas. I've read or seen videos of him before, and so he had some pretty good talks. It was all pre-recorded, so you could kind of listen to about 45 minutes and get up, go get coffee, walk around the room, go to the restroom, whatever you need to do, and then go back and kind of listen. The final talk that he gave, though, I thought was the most interesting. He spoke about the idea that when we get back to whatever back is, people say the new normal, I'll say the new abnormal. It will be different, and I think that's part of our mild depression, is that we know it. Right now we're in the middle of change, but we also have this feeling that it's gonna change, um, and I happen to be reading again this blog by Bishop Eaton down in Miami, former rector of the cathedral here, and his concept was that it's definitely going to change, and we may never get back to normal. But then he turned it into this idea of how the disciples must have felt after they knew that Jesus resurrected, and they're still kind of stuck in the upper room or fearful, but they couldn't stay there forever, and they couldn't stay still kind of in the now. They had to get out, and that's when Pentecost came. So there's this dying to the old and then resurrecting to the new. But then we're in that, we don't even know if we're in the middle of this thing yet, but we're in that spot where we're still kind of wanting to get out. Some people are getting out. I'm over at the lake. People are walking, some with masks, some without. But this idea that something new is coming. It doesn't look like it's going to be totally happy, but the economic people say, we're going to be down about 7.5% this year, but then next year we'll get up to 2021, we'll get up to 6%. So there'll still be this lingering effect, is what they're predicting. And, that's still going to have an effect on all of us. But there is this definitely dying that we didn't want to do to the old way. But then, there is hope that will continue. And as a church, we will, and as a community, we will. And the idea that I get hope from the fact that we still are meeting on Zoom, and that there's other groups going on and meeting on Zoom. We had a great meeting last night with 6 people on folks that want to get confirmed, reaffirmed, or brought in, officially admitted into the church. And, just that little community of people, there's hope amongst them, that they're kind of going forward doing something positive, that the Lord has called them to confirmation. These aren't teenagers, these are folks who, pretty mature folks that want or need to feel confirmed and want to know more about the church. So, there's hope there. There's hope in Daughters of the King still meeting by Zoom. There's hope that we meet as a vestry, as a property committee. We're meeting by Zoom, etc. And we can still get together and see each other. And of course, on Sundays, we've had 40 participants typically. At our Zoom meetings, we're doing morning prayer now. So another change, but I got a few folks that said I really enjoy morning prayer and kind of miss it from the old days. So we'll continue. Things will change, and we'll adapt as we always have. And this may be the Lord's odd way of bringing us into this emerging church idea that Andy Doyle talks about, Bishop Andy Doyle, and many others throughout, last 20, 30 years. This has been an idea that because the younger folks aren't coming into church, you can reach them on something like Zoom or YouTube or, something different. It's God's church. We're the kind of managers and those that kind of still go out and preach the good word. And it's the Lord's way of doing things right now, so let's just do it. So there is some silver lining in this, and so I just wanted to give you a little reflection. I want to tell you, kind of realize that, agree that there is depression. There's kind of a mild depression. Kind of know where we stand, and then just look forward, and with great hope of another resurrection in our own lives. We will be changed. There's no doubt about it. And but we hope for something new and beautiful. With that, I say, God bless you and stay connected. See you soon.